Out of recess at 11:14 a.m. Good morning, council. Can I get Philip Goodcrow to give us a morning prayer, please?
Good morning to everybody. So I would like to ask Oglala today to look up and have pity on our people out there, those who are sick, those who are in the hospital, those who are at home have a tough time, and I'd like to pray for our council also to think of those people who are having a tough time, and I'd like to pray for our people, not our people, but our council to really think about our children also too, and the mess that's out there. And so I pray that we think of all those, and to Oglala to give us prayer, give us strength for all those issues that we face here on the tribal council. Takwayase.
Thank you very much. Before we move on, we have the roll call to start with, and then I've got two-thirds items for HHS to bring into, but we can deal with that. But if you would, please, roll call. Thank you.
Blaine Little Thunder.
Oh.
Jim Meeks. Cora Whitehorse. Here. Stanley Little White Man.
Here.
Austin Watkins. Yes, they're sick.
He's still sick.
Okay. Chancey Wilson.
Here.
Stephanie Leisure. Here. Valentina Merdanian.
Present.
Lydia Bearkiller.
Here.
James Cross will be late.
Yep.
Ella Giancarlo.
Here.
Richard Greenwald.
Here.
Robin Tapio.
Present.
Philip Goodcrow.
Help.
David Poyer. Sonia Little Hawk Weston.
Here.
Jackie Sears.
Here.
CJ Clifford.
Oh.
Lisa Jumping to go de Leon.
She's here, but she's no.
Late. Craig Dillon.
Are you here?
I'm here.
Okay.
She's here, but she's here.
One excused, one late.
We have enough to conduct business. We have 18 present, 1 excused, and 1 late. Good morning. So we can continue with business. It was brought to my attention from Lydia through HHS that we need to get two-thirds items put onto the agenda. I believe she might have gave everybody their copies. If you haven't, one is it's to carry out epidemiology and disease prevention programs, functions, services, and activities. It's from the Great Plains Tribal Health Board. And then the other one is for just that same thing for our tribe. So we have these two. So Lydia, if you would take. Wait. Oh.
Motion to open the agenda.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about that. I need a motion to open the agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Tina, seconded by Lydia Bearkiller. Call for the vote. I'm getting in a hurry. We've been here for 3 days now, but we're working. Call for the vote, please.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Yes.
Jim Minks. Yes. Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Stanley Little White Man,
Yes.
Chancey Wilson,
Yes.
Stephanie Leisure,
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian,
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
Ella Giancarlo,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
Yes.
Robin Tapio,
Huh.
Philip Goodcrow,
Out.
David Poyer, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Jackie Sears,
Ha.
CJ Clifford, Lisa Jumping Eagle De Leon,
Ah.
Craig Dillon.
Yes.
There must have not been anybody upstairs to come down and tell us about them.
Motion to open the agenda, 18 yes. Now we can begin. Okay, Lydia.
The first is a resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribe to authorize Great Plains Tribal Chairman's Health Board to carry out epidemiology and disease prevention program, functions, services, and activities, and/or proposing to exercise authority pursuant to the Indian Self-Determination and Education Assistance Act as amended, to plan, conduct, and administer related funding include tribal shares, which is contractable but not divisible from the Great Plains Area Indian Health Service for epidemiological activities. Motion.
We have a motion by Lydia Bearkiller, seconded by Robin Tapio.
I don't know who.
Call for the vote.
Blaine Little Thunder, Jim Minks,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse, Stanley Little White Man,
Present. Oh, yes.
Chancey Wilson,
Yes.
Stephanie Leisure,
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian,
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
Ella Giancarlo,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
Yes.
Robin Tapio,
Huh.
Philip Goodcrow,
Out.
David Poyer, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Jackie Sears,
Ha.
CJ Clifford, Lisa Jumping Eagle De Leon,
Here. Yes. Uh-huh.
Craig Dillon.
Yes.
Motion carried, 18 yes, 0 no, 0 abstain, 0 not voting. On the agenda. Next one, please.
Okay, the next one is a resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council to authorize the Great Plains Tribal Chairman's Health Board to assume operation of and funding for program services, function, and activities of the Indian Health Service Great Plains Area Office and related headquarters and service unit PSFAs pursuant to the Indian Self-Determination and Education Assistance Act as amended. Any other legal authority under which the Great Plains Tribal Chairman's Board may receive and administer grants and compete for and administer contracts in support of the PSFAs that would otherwise be carried out by the Indian Health Service. Motion.
Motion by Lydia Bearkiller, seconded by Lisa Jumping Eagle De Leon. Call for the vote, please.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Stanley Little White Man,
Yes.
Chancey Wilson,
Yes.
Stephanie Leisure, Valentina Merdanian,
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
Ella Giancarlo,
No.
Richard Greenwald,
No.
Robin Tapio,
Here.
Philip Goodcrow,
Out.
David Poyer. Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Jackie Sears,
Ha.
CJ Clifford,
That's mine.
Lisa Jumping Eagle De Leon,
Uh-huh.
Craig Dillon.
Yes.
Motion carried to be put on. The 2/3 is 15 yes, 3 no, 0 abstain, and 0 not voting. Thank you, Lydia.
Thank you, Council.
We jump right back into the president's agenda. Our healing of the land presentation people are not here right now.
Well, they said they're over at Big Bath. I can call them, but if you want.
Well, we need to move on.
Okay.
Okay, we'll put them at the end.
Okay.
All right, just tell them to keep having dinner or breakfast or whatever. Okay, all right? So the next one would be the vice president's office. She is not available right now, so we keep moving on. The secretary's office. We have some tribal council minutes and some executive committee minutes to approve of. Motion to approve what? Tribal council minutes. Motion by Davy Poyer, seconded by Philip Goodcrow. Call for the vote, please.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Stanley Little White Man.
Yes.
Chancey Wilson,
Yes.
Stephanie Leisure,
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian,
No.
Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
Ella Giancarlo,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
Yes.
Robin Tapio,
Ha.
Philip Goodcrow,
Out.
David Poyer. Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Jackie Sears,
Ha.
CJ Clifford, Lisa Jumping Eagle De Leon,
Uh-huh.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Motion carried, 17 yes, 1 no, 0 abstain, and 0 not voting. Thank you, council. The executive committee minutes, we're gonna hold off on because there aren't some minutes that weren't added on to from April 7th. So we'll just hold them to the end of the meeting. Then the next one we have is our treasurer's report. We need to get our treasurer down here real quick. Where's our sergeant of arms? Well, where's Junior?
Better get him, he's sitting at the desk, Xavier.
Stacy's going after him. Tina Merdanian.
Chair, first of all, I really appreciate the secretary in regards to the executive board minutes, because in there is the motion, the resolution, the minutes, and the plan. All documents are attached and regarding the decisions that are made. I would like to see the same process in regards to our minutes for council, other than just the resolution and who voted, the tally on who voted yes or no.
Okay, duly noted. Do you want to make that into a motion?
Sure. I motion that the tribal council minutes shall include resolution, attached plan with the resolution along with the vote tally to be included in our next upcoming tribal minutes for approval.
My question would be, because if you look on the inside, if you look at the minutes, if you look on the back side, all of that documentation, those resolutions are attached. Is there some other way that you want this to happen? Because you have your minutes and then the resolutions are attached in the back and the documentation that's there. But
But not all the documentation is there, just, sometimes it's just the resolution. That's why I'm saying I would like to see the documentation with the resolution.
okay, so that's your motion.
Yes.
Do we have a second? Seconded by Stanley Little White Man. Call for the vote.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Vote.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Stanley Little White Man,
Yes.
Chancey Wilson,
How?
Stephanie Leisure,
Yes.
Valentina Mardanian,
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
Ella Giancarlo,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
Yes.
Robin Tapio,
Huh.
Philip Goodcrow,
Oh,
David Poyer. Yes. Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Jackie Sears,
Ha.
CJ Clifford, Lisa Jumping Eagle Dalium, Craig Dillon.
yes.
Motion carried out. 18 yes, 0 no, 0 abstain, 0 not voting. Thank you, council. Mr. Treasurer, we are waiting on the treasurer.
While we're waiting, we got those guys back.
We got our guys back. Who's our guys?
Now we're gonna introduce.
Well, let's just wait.
Treasurer's here, treasurer's here. How did that figure
They
in?
said they don't mind waiting.
You wanna listen all day, that's all right with me.
Please begin your treasurer's report. Good morning.
Good morning. So you guys have your treasurer's report? You guys have your report? You don't want to go through it page by page? Okay, so update, okay, well, questions and concerns then, if you don't want to go through it page by page. Sonia?
Question, Cora Whitehorse.
I don't know who's had their hand up first.
I just seen over to the left, but whoever wants to go.
I was just gonna motion to approve the report.
What did you have, Sonia?
I guess, just a question for Mason. I know he talked yesterday a little bit about it, but about the upcoming cuts on our budget that he was kind of looking at, just because now I think we know that we have a new president, and the president is really, he did propose a budget to Congress, and now there is some budget cuts in there that's going to affect some of our programs. And so he said he had a listing of those, and I guess basically just a plan, just in case it did happen. And so I guess I would like to know if, along with this report, that if you could get us something, I don't know if you're going to give it to us today or at the working session, but we really would need to look at this. And I think that just keeping up on the news and nationally, I guess, we do know that President Trump is cutting taxes. And to me, I look at that as a tactic of what he's doing based on the budget, the tax cuts, is because it's going to affect our programs, like home improvement, energy office. I think there's housing, a lot of other programs, because if you think about it, you know, the taxpayers are the ones that are funding these. And so that's his way of doing it, is let's cut the taxes, so that way it's gonna actually, to me, I'll see it as helping the rich, not having to pay the taxes. But at the same time, you look at us as a tribe, not only us, but all the other tribes that are gonna get hurt by that. So, you know, I really believe that we should be on top of this, and we should be working on this plan, you know, and making sure that we're on top of it, even when we go to DC. And so President Weston, I know, is coming next week. I know some of us are going to DC, so I'm really hoping that we can hit some of our senators and our congresswomen to make sure that they're aware of some of these things. Law enforcement is another one. So, yeah, so all of these we need to look at. So I wanted to ask you, Mason, do you have that to share with us today?
I don't exactly have everything to share for you today, program by program. I'll have it to you on Friday. One of the ones we were looking at too was the housing. I don't have numbers on housing yet. I know Dean's reaching out to go see exactly what their budget is, and you know, HUD's gonna be cut, of course. Just preliminary, what we've seen, you know, the tribe receives around $55 to $65 million a year just in federal funding, and that's all federal funding. That doesn't mean it comes all to the tribe. That's still part of, well, I guess public safety would have been one of them, housing, college, all those other ones. So with that, out of that, you know, just looking at what's being cut, and we're gonna lose about half of that. On the tribal side, about 35 million, that's gonna be cut in half basically, which that means all these programs aren't gonna be able to pay their indirect cost. And so that's gonna be one of the big hits there. And like I said, the plan, you know, we'll develop a plan. What I'm gonna do first is give you guys, before you guys go to DC, a breakdown of every single program which can be cut. Even though there's some of them that's not specific, of course, I mean, of course, I think the Department of Interior gets, what, 12.8 billion? They're gonna be cut 1.5 billion altogether, and they haven't announced what programs they're gonna cut out of that Department of Interior. Yeah. So we don't know that information yet, but we just know the specific, some of the specifics, like of course the LEAP is gonna be cut completely. CSBG is gonna be cut completely. Yeah, the HIP. Yeah. Well, the GA, that still is Department of Interior. They haven't actually said they were gonna cut that one yet. But that's put at the 1.5 they're probably gonna cut out of the Department of Interior's budget. Okay. So, but yeah, we need specifics from each of the funding agencies too, so.
Just one more quick comment, just for council's information, but I spoke with Jennifer Hughes this morning, and I know she's getting ready for the meetings this coming week. I know that's just all on Mini-Wichoni, but I think that one of the things that she did share with me this morning, and I did just want to bring it to the council's attention as well as our president is, I think she said May 15th is, that week is scheduled with subcommittee, the appropriations subcommittee. And I think that's where I think the council, our president needs to be at those meetings to at least testify for our needs. Yeah, and so she's going to be sending you she'll be sending emails down to President Weston as well as the council and letting us know of those meetings that are going to be coming up. And I really believe that we need to be at the table when we're talking about some of our needs that are going to be cut. Mainly, law enforcement. I think I talked to Mr. Little Whiteman yesterday, our chair of the Law and Order Committee, so we're working on another piece to that. So we really need to be on top of it. So I just wanted to share those dates with you, President Weston, and the
Thank you for that.
council. Thank you.
Ella John Carlo.
Thank you, Chairman. Mace, in regards to the $100,000 that Michael Gross sent, could you tell us where that is or what's going on with that, if we received it or where it's at?
Okay, the 100,000, I know it came in before, I got here. Apparently it was sent in lieu of youth activities. I gave you guys the letters. I think I shared that with finance that one day, what Mike Gross sent it for. And as far as I know, I don't know what council or what the last treasurer did with the 100,000. I don't know what it was allocated for. There's no payouts of anything, there's a record of it coming in, but as far as I know, it went into the general fund, and that was it.
What was it intended?
Youth activities, basically, when I get done here, I'll get you I gave some of you the printouts of what it was supposed to be used for. So, but I'll get them again.
It wasn't paid out to any individuals for working on that issue, was it?
Not during my knowledge, not during my term. I didn't pay anything out to anybody to do any of that stuff. Prior to that, I could look and see, but with some things missing, of course, upstairs, it's hard to figure out what was going on.
Richard Greenwald.
Thank you, Chair. I guess I just wanted to expand a little bit on, some of them cuts. Some of them are eliminations too, right, Mason? Some of them ain't just cuts. So I think the energy program is an eliminated program. So what I stressed yesterday was the importance of notifying the public and our people across this reservation that times may get really hard here, really hard. A serious, dire need for energy and stuff like that in the wintertime is going to be critical for some of our people. And that's why I said we need to really focus on economic development, thinking outside the box. I know somebody brought it up this morning about, the Z-Light, and it's a big, bad word to the environmentalist and different things like that, but our tribe may have to be forced to look at other forms of revenue to try to help our people, so it's kind of scary because it's almost every facet of the umbrella that of finance that covers our reservation is going to be affected by these cuts. And one of the things that we're going out to DC for, and what the president's going out to DC for, is to try to keep Indian country out of those cuts. You could cut all the other programs whatever way you want, but leave the tribes out of your cuts. And that's what we're hoping to do with our congressmen and senators and stuff. So we got our fingers crossed and we're hoping something happens, but we need to really prepare for this, because when it does happen, and if and when it does happen, we all know all the people coming here on a daily basis asking for their energy, propane, and being told no might be the norm from here on out. So we need to prepare the public, so thank you.
Do you want to respond to that? Well, I have Tina Merdanian, CJ Clifford, and then Jackie Sears.
So in regards to what we're hearing and what's happening at the national level, I guess for me, I keep in the back of my head is that these tribal priority allocations, these TPA, are treaty rights based upon our government-to-government relationship. And so as a tribal nation, we need to be cognizant of our responsibility as well and making sure that we are looking at calculated costs given our unique needs because of that relationship that we have with our people and our government structure. We have more of a need base and trying to meet that need base. So we really need to be going there in hand with recalculated figures in regards to those needs that need to be met, and not just what is given, but that unmet need. And that's why I feel it's so important that we have a census to really start to gauge that calculated need. Thank you.
And that is why when this May 15th appropriations hearing is crucial. That's where we put our fight up for our cuts. That is because that's the subcommittee on appropriations on the House side. That's where all of our budgets derive from. And that's where you make your first initial start to really getting that opportunity to either put a woe to something or get an increase in something. And so you've got to be a good car salesman when you get up there in front of them. So and you only get 5 minutes to testify. I've been there, and that's a very, very trying, hard deal because you are fighting for your people's lives right there. That's where the most hardest time, because I got to sit up there. I was honored and privileged to be able to sit up there and fight for that dollar right there. So yes, and that's what we're after. Jackie or CJ Clifford, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. May 15th through the 19th is a very important day to remember. But also you got to remember during that time putting in requests for testimony is currently being worked on right now. Also that it's not 5 minutes. I think you're only allowed a 2 or 3 page document to submit, and that's it. So new standing rule, just for your information. Okay? No offense to anybody. Okay? You're only going to have a 2 or 3 page document to submit or to read. It's not. They're not going to allow that. So, but that's for the information. But I want you also to remember that we have 6 tribal grant schools that are on the chopping block with monies. So it's important that whenever we go, education be involved in that. So at this time also we're setting up meetings to meet in education with our congressional delegations. So during that time we look to travel out as a team. With the team. With Scott. I know. All right. Thank you.
Jackie's here.
I was gonna say, have you guys decided who's all gonna go then, so we can make the plans?
First round? Raise your hand.
I mean, you could just come up and do that later on, but just make sure you give it to us in ahead of time. I know for you guys we did, but we didn't do the one for the May 15th, 16th. So just bring that up when you guys get a chance and let me know who's all going.
Jackie Sears, please. Let's have some order.
Okay, getting back to the report, the general fund is kind of concerning too. When you talk about making cuts, we need to address this portion of the budget because, we're looking at the revenues that we're projecting and then also the, what we, of 4,669,000 revenue coming in, and then you have what we have paid out, 711,105.10, and then we're still going to be in a negative, but that's just what we're projecting. But when you look at our expenditures outweigh what we're projecting to come in. So there's going to have to be some cuts. And when I was looking at some of these program budgets under, under general fund, I think we're going to have to sit down and have a working session and start working on our budgets early, because there's gonna have to be some major cuts, because our, anticipated expenditures is just outweighs the about 6 million, so we need to address that in the future here. Thank you.
So remember when we first sat down and did this budget, we agreed that we were gonna meet quarterly on this and go through it every single time. The reason why it's inflated as much as it is, because we wanted to see what was gonna be the quarterly amounts that we're gonna need to go through. So now we've seen it, now we need to go back and I know we're gonna still do a working session. We need to sit down again and make those cuts again. I mean, we're gonna have to do it every single quarter until we get down to a balanced budget.
Richard Greenwald.
Just to expand on that too, and it's good that you're talking about that now, but and I say that because we supplement our Meals for the Elderly program already, almost $400,000 a year. And that's one of the programs that's up for cuts under the USDA thing. So those are real issues, these are real issues that are gonna be, we're gonna have people mad. But how is the tribe gonna supplement that whole program or even part of it if it's being cut? So it's good we're having these discussions now and we need to prepare for that.
Anyone else? We had a motion by Cora for approval of the report by the treasurer, seconded by John Carlo. Call for the vote.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Stanley Little White Man.
Yes.
Chancey Wilson,
Yes.
Stephanie Leisure,
No.
Valentina Merdanian,
No.
Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
Ella Giancarlo,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
Yes.
Robin Tapio,
Yeah.
Philip Goodcrow,
Out.
David Poyer,
Yes.
Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha,
Jackie Sears,
Huh,
CJ Clifford,
How,
Lisa Jumping Eagle DeLeon,
aha.
Craig Dillon, and 18.
all rise.
Motion carried on the approval of the treasurer's report, 14-3. 14 yes, 3 no, 0 abstain, 0 or 1 not voting. Thank you very much, Mr. Mason Big Crow. Next on our agenda is the fifth member's report, but just 1 second, Craig. I'll recognize you in a little bit here. And then we can, our fifth member had to go out and report at a district meeting out at the Eagle Nest District. So he and I conferred up here on a few issues and subjects that he needed to relay to the district, so he won't be giving his report. So we can move on. Craig Dillon.
Mr. Chairman, I have a young man here that we talked about yesterday in executive session, and things have got worse since yesterday. It has to do with the court. I'm going to ask for executive session so we can hear from him briefly and come up with a plan to make it safer for him and his family. That's my motion.
I will declare it now at 11:54.